Alright guys, so I've already started on this journey of change. I've got to admit, for me it's been difficult um, because even when I try and put routines in, work changes things. So for example, I'm in London for the next 3 weeks. That's driving to London and back for 3 weeks. Um, but I'm not doing the long hours I used to do. In other words, company may expect it, I'm just not doing it. I'm knocking all that on the head. One of the things I've learned over the time is it's often the dead weights that will progress in careers over you, because they will do as little as possible, while focusing on personal development, their health, and kissing ass. Um, I can't do the kissing ass bit because, quite simply, it just goes against the grain for me. um, but the other bits, that's where I'm focused now. So, first thing is, I've started growing my hair back, which is a little bit, you may not even notice it too much, but I'm just trying it because April gave me some of this stuff that's in from Japan, because it's very thin here, but it does seem to be working. So I'm trialing that. I can't see me going off to Greece, Turkey, to get my hair done. I might go to Turkey to get my teeth done, because these ones are already broken. They got hit with a metal bar a long time ago. So I've got to get my teeth sorted. I'm going to get some prices on that, and tears in my eyes when I see the prices on that. But the changes are occurring. Time, got to do it. Um, One of the things you have as a parent, a father, um, a breadwinner, is the responsibilities that you sacrifice everything for your entourage. um, and this year, I'm starting to focus a bit more on myself. Yeah, um, I still obviously look after the family and stuff, but at the same time, I'm starting to get to a position where I can start taking better care of myself. And those habits will become more permanent over time. This is why I'm trying to do this video more of the positive stuff, because I look at the media and think, you know what, let's switch that stuff off. Let's just not even talk about it. The more we talk about it, the more we're encouraging it. So let's focus on ourselves. So I've started a Discord channel. Um, I'll share that, so you can go over there. This video will get posted in there. Then when I do the updates, they'll be posted in there. Um, but I do encourage sharing in there. There's different parts in the Discord. There's Philippines, Spain. I don't mind creating other groups in there, because I know a lot of you guys are very like-minded, in the sense of we're on similar journeys, be it to travel, um, financial independence, um, just doing stuff outside the norm, which is the weird bit, because a lot of this stuff is quite small, but the majority of people just won't do it. It's yeah, it reminds me of a thing a friend said a long time ago, where he was gone on holiday to Mexico, and the guys in the pub said to him, he says, "Well, wow, you must have a lot of money, been able to afford to go on that, on the holiday." He says, "Well, I wasn't in the pub every night with you guys. Sorry, if you weren't in the pub every night the way you guys are, you'd better go to Mexico as well." So a lot of it is the way people live, and that's gets me on to my next topic. So the first couple of things I'm going to post on Discord about the food. I basically bought a lot more veg, so injecting a lot more veg into my diet, a lot more meats, red meats, as well as chicken. The reason being is, well, chicken's tuna, cod, mixing a lot more meat in there, and I'm not going to be eating out anymore. I'm just not doing it. The same as no more ready meals. Everything's being prepped by myself. One of the saviors on that is I got one of those, what do they call it, air fryers, which I don't put any oil in it, but, well, unless it's olive oil. It's very healthy way of cooking. It's basically like a grill, so I cook mainly throw the chicken, beef or whatever in there, and it just does its work. But already I can feel the difference on the products. For a start, I'm not as hungry, which shows there must be a lot of sugar in the stuff I normally have. Also shows that we don't really know what's in a lot of our foods, where when you get just the meat and nothing else, and they've still got bits of blood in it, you know, ain't much happened to that since it left the animal. So it's like today, I basically had some pork with some lentils, and then I've just had, for tonight, I've just had some chicken wings with vegetables, reducing the carbs. And one of the things I notice, see, this is the weird bit, right? Because I'm about 40% of what they call visceral fats, I think it is, which is the ones that are around all your organs and stuff, the bad stuff, the really bad stuff. Because bizarrely, most of my body has very little fat on it beyond my stomach, which tells me it must be getting polluted by stuff getting into my system, and it's just becoming fats. So if I start removing all these other things that are the unknowns, let's just call them the unknowns, the chemicals, it just reminded me, isn't it the unknown, the guy from the Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow. If you haven't heard about that, there's some funny stuff on that. Yeah, where people demanded their money back and police getting called. But I think he was a character on there. But it should be interesting to see the journey, because I don't expect to need to cut down on food too much. And that's the peculiar thing for me, because I don't eat that much food. Yeah, when I'm in Spain, I do with the missus and kids. But when I'm here in the UK, I don't. And that's why you sort of think, how much else you can do? And you go, all right, start walking more. Yeah, start walking more. But yeah, I can feel the pain in my arms, my legs. Sorry, my legs. But, my fitness stuff now, I feel it in my arms. But my stomach is not moving that much. So I think it's a lot of it is going to be around changing. Also perception, because I do think some people have lied to us over the years. Because, it's like they make out all sugars are bad when they're not. It's like fruit. It's all about the balance. Everything's about balance. You may need some fresh fruit. I mean, I've got blackberries at the moment, which I'll throw in a smoothie first thing in the morning, with a fruit smoothie for work. Then I'll probably have chicken breast, Texas chicken breasts when I get back tomorrow night. A lot of the problem is, firstly, quantities. A lot of the portions we have out there now are oversized, so your habits have changed. You're expecting bigger plates and bigger food, because that's how they go to whatever, because we get 2 fish instead of 1 or whatever. In reality, you don't need it. You've got to reduce your portions. Got to look at what you're eating. Even fish fingers. I'm so surprised how much calories are in a fish finger. Because I thought, have some fish fingers, just a couple of rolls of fish fingers, and I thought, two of those, because you have like 3 fish fingers in each sandwich. Calories were phenomenal. I might as well have had a steak. But this is the thing. Get back to the basics. More of a simple diet, and I've got to admit the taste is already better. The stuff today, it's just vegetables and meat. The pork flavoured the lentils, fantastic. I didn't add anything to it. Chicken, same, didn't add anything to it. It was nice to have that flavour with the vegetables mixed with it. And the other bit is the fitness bit, which I'm going to share some of the VR tonight, because I've got an Oculus Pro, which is here. And I do my fitness in here, and I tell you what, it hurts. I'm having to use I've got like a kit where it sort of uses electrodes, fires electric shocks into you. Here it is, yeah, actually. So this is, it's Anland's system, but basically, oh, hang on a second. I've decided to stick itself to, oh, don't do that. Oh, it stuck itself to the manual. Yeah, let's sort that out. Yeah, so basically, I put that on, and this fires electric shocks. On the back here is like got these pads which are basically conductors. So it fires the electrics into my back, etc., into my thigh after a workout. Is it working? Oh yeah, it works well. There's a setting on there on one of the modes. It feels like it's as if somebody's rubbing your shoulders. In fact, it's injecting the electric currents into your back. But it works really well. So I'll share some info on that as well, because I do recommend that if you suffer with muscle fatigue after. The reason I do is because I have stupidly long hours. Because one of the problems you get is when you start focusing to get out of the daily bubble, is you have to manage your time better. So at the moment, my work is a pain in the ass. It really is. But I'm doing a master's degree. I'm doing an IOSH course. But part of my master's degree also involves some books and stuff, because I don't get the resources at work. I've got to justify like off-the-job training and stuff, because you've got to do 6 hours a week. So I read a lot of books. So what is interesting is you're getting different perspectives. It's bizarre how much of it is fixated on the LGBT and all this political agenda stuff over actual management, but I just want that master's degree at the end. So the point is, if you do want a master's degree in the UK, get in touch. I'll better put you in touch with people that can get you on a course. You do have to have a job. That's the key to that. So if you want any training for healthcare, I've got another organisation that does that. I did my counselling course with that. As you can see, I'll keep busy, often too busy, and I want to start getting to the point where I can drive the master's course through, so I can wrap it up. At the moment, like this week, I do my fitness for about an hour a day, which is like the boxing. It'll make sense when you see the video, but bear in mind I've got the headset on, so when you see my arms waving around, it's literally me waving my arms around, squatting, undercuts, crosses. It's really good. It does not physically, it's not like you're being hit. What it means is you get muscle fatigue after a bit on it. I go for the walk in the park, try and do that about an hour a day as well. So I'm just trying to get my 10,000 steps and burning about 800 calories plus a day on the VR. So in theory you think the weight shoots down, but what happened is the first 3 or 4 days it started coming down, then your body starts adjusting. This is why I think it's important to get your fitness up and changing your diet, because you still want to be taking on positive calories, should we call it? Positive calories, positive food, while at the same time maintaining your fitness, because let's face it, it's the combination that will help get the weight off. Because this fuel tank down here, it's because I've spent so many years sat at desk, and it's built up over time. So another part of this is if I can drop it down in months, I'm extremely happy. But in reality, it's built up over probably a decade, maybe more. Because when I was back in 2007, when I went out of the Philippines originally, I was 89 kilos, I believe. Now I'm about 120, which I've lost. Was that about 3 something kilos since last week? But being home, was an extra 10 kilos because I'd already lost all that weight and I've got to lose it all again now. But the good thing is, it's all doable. The other thing is you start to see your energy levels start going up, so it becomes easier. I mean, the boxing last week was much harder than it is this week. This week it's muscle pain. Last week it was getting to the end of like 3 or 4 sessions in a day. Today, last night, because of yesterday, I went out and did things like got the car, went in to get the car's tyres checked on the front. The guys that would normally do the MOT, they come back and says, oh yeah, you need 2 new tyres, blah blah blah, new windscreen wiper, 250 quid. And I'm like, seems a bit much. So I went to a guy I know. He owns a burger van not far from here. Just had a chat with him because I was down at the shopping centre. He says, oh no, you want to go with this, I think it's AG something tyres. Went there yesterday. Okay, it took a long time to get the tyres done, but it cost 100 quid. Got some new hubcaps, got my windscreen wiper fixed. So for about 140 quid, the car's looking a bit pucker. It's ready for its MOT when it comes up, which is, I think, on the 11th. So the fact is, the car's in good shape now. That sets me up for London, so I don't have to worry about it until the MOT. But it meant most of my time yesterday was taken up, so I didn't get to do my broken routine. So then about 10 o'clock last night, it was full on for the VR. So I did multiple sessions at the same time, you know, one back to back. Absolutely saturated in sweat at the end of it, but at the same time, it shows that my endurance is going up the more I'm doing it, and I'm finding it easier. I get a score because the session I do is about, well, it's 19 minutes a session. So I'll do it, complete it, then I'll do it again, and I'll do that up to 4 times a day. I'm getting to the point, I did that 4 times back to back yesterday. And I woke up this morning not as bad as I had done 2 or 3 days early when you're just getting into that routine. So it is working. Fitness is working. And I do think the diet change also helps with the muscle recovery as well, which is another important aspect. So yeah, so this journey's starting. And I want to share it because I know it's very easy getting a rut, and I'm in a weird rut because I want to change, but then I get bogged down with stuff with work. I'm gonna have a change company soon. I'm gonna have to make sure that all we're doing now is adapted, and I don't go above and beyond the way I normally do. In fact, everything where I am at the moment actually says, do not go above and beyond. They don't appreciate a single thing. But we're getting there. Then obviously I'm working on other business ideas as well when I've got spare time. Progress. But I'll share the Discord. I'll share, because even, you know, every now and again I'll post pictures of what I'm eating as well, just out of interest. I'm not as organised this time round because I've got a lot on, but what I might do is actually start sharing where I get food and stuff, because one of the things people keep going on about the living food crisis and all that stuff. I get it with some people, and then I get it where other people are buying the wrong foods. Yeah, because if you're going ready meals, of course you're paying too much. My problem this week was actually I bought too much food for the freezer, so I've had to cook some stuff today for tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, because they'll be going bad otherwise. But that's it for today. This is our update moving forward. Starting to get a bit healthier, and I hope you enjoy coming on the journey, and I hope you come on the journey, to be fair. And please feel free to post stuff on the Discord about what you're doing, how you're achieving it, because it's important to understand that this isn't a one person thing. The reason I share this stuff, I don't have to share stuff. It's just that I know over the years, people have been stuck in various ruts, whether it's financial, whether it's relationship, whether it's um, depression, whether it's we all get stuck somewhere, and that's why I share stuff, because the whole aspect is to help other people. So may get trolled now and again, but couldn't care less. The fact that people take that amount of effort and time to do this stuff, wouldn't it be better if they focused on their health? Wouldn't it be better if they focused on their wealth? Wouldn't it be better if they focused on something that actually enhances other things? Because I mean, one of the things I like doing is helping with charity stuff as well. But at the moment, I ain't got the time to do it. But if you've got that type of, you've got like a negative effort, recommend doing something positive. But I'm leaving that here today. Investment wise, investments are moving. Mortgage come down a little bit extra again this month. And I'm going to sit and work out the whiteboard stuff. But I think I'm going to share these on Discord and maybe set up a website for it, because some of the stuff is it's not complex, but it's easier written down so that you can come back to it, etc. So I've got to have a think on what formats I'm going to do with that. But let's start this journey. Thanks for watching.